obviously none of these lines, once you've lost your bait, obviously none of these lines are effective anymore. So you do have to come back, and you should come back twice a day, or 3 times a day even, or even every hour.
Yeah,
or sit here. What's that?
Just Dr. Pepper it.
Dr.
Morning,
Pepper.
noon, and night.
Morning, noon, and night. Any on that one?
Nope. Yeah, there's a bearing.
Big bearing. That's the kind of weights you guys use in Texas. You just use a big, giant ball bearing. That'll keep it down on the bottom.
Yeah, it's repurposing at its best.
Yeah. And the line is just what, bank line?
Bank line, tarred bank line.
You use circle hooks everywhere?
Depends. I'm not a big circle hook fan. They work well, but they're really good on catfish. I'll use these. Me, when personally I do gar, I prefer just your good old-fashioned worm hooks or whatever. Because like the problem we have with the bottlenose, or not bottlenose, the long nose, is they got a small head and everything. So you've got to get the hook and the bait down to where you can get back in the back part of the mouth. Not necessarily them swallow it in the back part of the mouth where you can hook them. And the big circle hooks don't do it. These will catfish. If that goes in the catfish mouth and you pull it, you just caught a catfish. That's what these are for. They're good hooks. And the river, like I say, the river is a little different for me. I'm having a blast. But all I got at home is creeks and a few puddles we've dammed up and call them lake.
Tell everybody where you're from.
I am from
The desert.
the desert, just north of the Permian Basin down there. I am on the lowermost part of the Llano Estacado, and the northernmost edge of the Permian Basin. There's like nothing out there.
So it's nice to see some water.
This is nice. Y'all can keep the chiggers, but this is nice. Oh, and slick.
So if you're not sure what the chigger reference is, I wouldn't have any idea what a chigger is until I got here. I wouldn't say they're as bad as mosquitoes, but I mean, they're pretty annoying. Wes would disagree. But he hasn't had any experience with our Canadian mosquitoes and black flies, horse flies, deer flies. They will literally drag you off. Whereas these ones are, they kind of harass your lower leg and whatnot.
I can't believe you missed mosquito down here. Mosquitoes are pretty bad.
Are they bad here? When, like earlier?
Actually, later.
Later.
Well, I don't know about here, but
there was a few here, but not so much. Like I felt, when we were doing hog hunting, I noticed sitting still they would pester me, but not.
Probably middle of June back home.
Yeah.
You don't want to be outside middle of June, early part of July, and then every time the sun goes down after that, you don't go outside. It's
Well, they weren't bad. They were never really bad here. So.
Now I've seen some videos, and I don't know that we get them as bad as y'all get them.
No, I don't think so. No.
Ours are just bigger.
Our mosquitoes will literally wish you never knew what the outside was. That's sometimes a year. So our big months are May, June, July. Every other month of the year is totally tolerable, but May, June, July, when the big hatches, the first warm weather, you do not want to be outside. Trade-offs to every environment. Here it's really hot. Up north in Canada it's really cold. So, I mean, you don't get any insects and bugs in the middle of the winter, but you also don't get heat and
Chiggers.
So you pick your poison.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. I almost got something in the video. Throw the drum in there. And you touch the drum.
Oh, go on.
The call when you gotta throw it back in and throw it back.
What you do to be funny, somebody puts out all their saw lines like this, you reel in their weight, and you take their round weight off, and you put a piece of bent flat plate on there. And so when they pull and they start to pull it in, it starts flopping the line, and they'll go to haul in. It's actually really funny. Until he gets mad and leaves and you realize he was the guy that had all the beer.
The beer and the bait.
Yeah, the beer and the bait.
Oops!